Scorpio, welcome to your weekly Sidereal astrology forecast. This is for the 12th of October through the 18th. My name is Athen. This is, of course, for Sidereal astrology. If you're new to this type of astrology, do check the description down below because your sign might be different. All right, Scorpio, let's have a look. Another very important week after these eclipses. And this month did have its fair share of transformational energies. And this week is no exception. However, as you can see, much more easier aspects, actually. A lot of blue energies here. The nice conjunction between Mars and Jupiter later in the week, which I'll talk about. And a new moon on Monday. So right at the beginning of the week, on Monday, the energies are low. We do have this new moon. It is taking place in your 11th house. And this has been a part of your life that you've been reflecting on with Mercury retrograde. It's about networking. It's about organizations. It's about your hopes, your wishes, your dreams for the future. Basically anything that we idealize or have a vision of, which could be technological, it could be progressive, it could be social, it could be, again, anything that's like a group or with your friends or something like that. And of course, for each of you, it will be something very different. But that's been in flux, Mercury retrograde. But now Mercury is moving forward this week, and with this new moon, it is signifying new seeds being planted. And the new moon is a time of going within. It's planting seeds and setting intentions and experimenting, trying new and different things this week involving that 11th house can really go a long ways. And this is for the next few weeks of this lunar cycle, but also of the next 6 months of this solar cycle, which is where you're going to have a full moon here in this part of your life. So this new moon is forming a T-square up to Uranus and your secondary ruler Pluto here. So the importance with this is change, and when we're open to change, which is Pluto, especially with the way you go after your values, you pursue your values, whether it's financial, material, all those types of things, all those types of things have been changing for you with Pluto. And the more non-attached you are to the material, financial aspects of life, to your values in general, then this becomes very constructive. And maybe there are some things that you're having to really change, maybe, relating to the 11th house or the second house, or maybe even the way you express yourself, which is the 5th house. It's about drawing that line, making a change, and really deciding to do something that's going to get rid of some old energies in order to make way for these new energies of this new moon. So that's the way to constructively work with Pluto, especially in a square aspect like this. But also with Uranus too, there's this freedom of self-expression. So seeing how when you're expressing yourself freely, there's, it's what's best for everybody. It's what's best for that group, the organizations, your friends, whatever your future visions are. So balancing both what is very important to you, what you're really passionate about, as well as what you feel like you are working on or being a part of with the 11th is a great way to balance these energies. So that new moon, and again, things are kind of in flux with Mercury slowly gaining his momentum, but experiment with it, try new things, and I think as you put energy into it over the next couple weeks, you'll notice it starts to move forward for you a lot easier. Not that it won't be easy, actually. Of all the past few weeks with Mercury retrograde, this week actually can be an easy time to begin to implement whatever it is you've been redoing or reflecting on around this 11th house. So one thing I want to say too is that Mercury is still sextiling up to Saturn. In fact, this aspect is going to go exact on Tuesday. So with all this new responsibility that maybe you guys are assuming lately with Saturn going into your first house, or wanting to really get serious about life or just your goals in general, maybe with the way you're carrying yourself, being very grounded, very mature with that, tapping into that patience, pragmatism, Saturn energy is very supportive on Tuesday in particular, but this whole early part of the week with Saturn sextiling Mercury. This is particularly involving those, again, 11th house things, and maybe even really setting solid foundations with what's really meaningful to you, what's really deep for you, which is that Mercury ruling your 8th house. So that's this early part. And then as you can see, there's this definitive shift around Wednesday and Thursday when Mars goes over Jupiter, who's been trining up to Pluto. So very nice aspect. Jupiter and Pluto, it's all about change to the future, change to the possibilities, what's possible in life. And for you, it's all about your career. It's about your future, your legacy, 10th house things, and change. And so I think here the change is going to be coming a whole lot easier, but utilize it. I think you will naturally be feeling like there are some things that need to be taken out, some of the garbage that needs to be taken out, so to speak. but it can come easy, it can be supportive, and I really recommend it, especially with Mars going over Jupiter, your ruler. So I think later part of the week, there's a lot of optimism. There's a lot of possibilities. There could be opportunities for you around the career, or just in general, maybe to expand your horizons, to learn things philosophical or otherwise. But it depends on your personal chart. So at the very least, there's optimism, there's possibilities, there's things unfolding, and the more willing you are to change, or the more that you actually do change, I should say, because it's a trine. So it's there, I think you're wanting to, but are we actually going to do it is the question. Then this becomes very constructive. Now, Venus is going to be opposing up to Neptune, and this is nothing new, actually. We've had a lot of planets opposing Neptune. Now she's the final one. She was retrograde over this position. She's already opposed up to Neptune 2 other times. So it's all about what you've been experiencing the past couple months, about uncertainty with your career, with your work, maybe with relationships, maybe with the spiritual alone time and home and family stuff. So uncertainty there. But the more we relax into that uncertainty, the more willing we are to go with the flow relating to those things, then yeah, and then it becomes balance. And then there's this, tremendous gratitude and this tremendous compassion that we can have with our relationships, or gratitude about the, career and the home stuff, unfolding in a way that we just don't understand. Because when we don't understand everything, there's actually a tremendous peace in that. But anyways, that's going to be a minor aspect, I feel like, in comparison to your ruler going over Jupiter. There is even some motivation, perhaps, to take care of the financial aspects of life, which is also this Pluto in the second house, and express yourself this later part of the week also. But early in the week, new moon, it's all relating to new things shaping up around progressive, innovative, new things that you feel like are your ideals, or group-related activities, and all of that begins to move forward as well with Mercury going direct. So Scorpio, hope you guys have a great one. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you all next time. Take care.